And the egret is also interested in that particular fish. But there can be duplicates of many of these postcards in this exhibit. But this particular postcard, there will never be a duplicate because it's unique. It's one of its kind because someone spent a great deal of time cutting out those stamps and making it into a figure.
And then your painting is equally one of a kind. Tell me about the inspiration from the postcard to the painting.
Well, I was so taken with the composition of the postcard that I wanted to try and do it some justice. So my imagination worked to an egret looking at the postcard, and I built the background around it. And his eye is very pronounced. He's in competition for the fish with the man.
That's funny. That's a very nice sense of humor, too.
Thank
Well, let's see if we can't look at a few more of your
you.
paintings.
Sure.
So, Regina, this one is one of my favorites, and it looks like you incorporate some pop culture references into your works as well. This looks like the Schilthorn, which is a famous mountain where people ski. Tell me about the postcard and then the painting.
Yes, this is based on James Bond's movie on His Majesty's Secret Service, 1969. And here we have James Bond bobsledding down the Schilthorn. And over here is the restaurant, the Pizza Gloria, and the numbers are there, 007, that he frequented in the movie. And so I found this postcard of the same mountain, and they're bobsledding, but their own style. And so I compared the fact that here's the speed of James Bond, and here's these other people going down gingerly on the same mountain. It was just a comparison that I thought was very interesting, how things have changed. The electric fire of a James Bond and the leisure calm of a bobsled going down.
Now, the postcard is from the 1920s.
Right.
The James Bond movie was from 1969. What year did you paint this work?
Year 2000. I have to check on that. I'm not too sure.
But the 20 works of art that are part of your exhibit were done by you over a period of many years.
Yes, yes. And so, and I didn't really date them as such. But I thought it was very exciting, the mountains in the background, and people come and watch and look at the painting, and as a conceptual artist, I hope they stand here and they say to themselves, gee, you know, would I rather be these people on this bobsled, or would I rather be a James Bond going at a high rate of speed down the mountain? And they start to think. And they let their imagination go into the painting, which is all part of a conceptual policy of people coming and looking at a painting.
Where's your studio?
In my home.
And I think at some point we have your daughter to thank for this exhibit now being at the Ray Art Center. Tell me about that story.
Yeah, well, my daughter, I always painted, as I said, but however, I never went out into the world with my painting. My daughter, on the other hand, is more aggressive, more forward than I am, and she said, I want you to do something about it. And so what she did was she contacted Dr. Jeff Taylor, who is the assistant professor of art management at SUNY Purchase. And she invited him into my studio to come look at my works, and he was very pleased. He liked them. And then he, in turn, contacted the executive director of the Ray Art Center, Helen Gates, and also the senior director of the Ray Art Center, Adam Levy. And they looked at my website, and they were fascinated by it, and they presented it to the board. And so here I am.
Well, it is fascinating, and thanks to your daughter and thanks to the Ray Art Center for
I'm very
seeing your
appreciative.
talent and for putting it on display.
Yes.
So there's one more I want to look at, and that's right next door, and maybe we can
Sure.
sashay over there. A lot of your paintings are inspired by personal moments, like your favorite with the love letter, but then there are also some works that are inspired by history that everyone
Right.
knows about. And here's one, of course, the Titanic. Tell me about this postcard and this painting.
Yeah, there's a lot of controversy that the Titanic never really should have happened. If the two people in the crow's nest of the Titanic had binoculars. They did not have binoculars, so they could not see the iceberg in plenty of time for the Titanic to maneuver and escape sideswiping it. And so consequently, I wrote down on April 14th, 1912, 11:40, a mere 15 seconds, that's all that it required. If they had those binoculars, 15 seconds would have changed history if they had those binoculars. And it would have prevented the death of 1,523 people. So I put the hand there, a question mark, and the wood, this is Baltic birch, was great for this composition because it had like a whirlpool effect. I didn't do this, this is part of the grain of the wood, and the Titanic disappears. And that's a distress call for help from the Titanic
Probably by telegraph or something.
right, to come and save them. So the most luxurious liner in the world, either because of somebody's stupidity or frugality, these people did not have, the lookouts did not have binoculars.
Well, things can really change in an instant, that's for sure. And this is not truly a postcard, but it's a note, and it says,
Right.
sinking, wants immediate assistance.
Yeah, some people consider that a postcard, even though it doesn't have the postcard background, but people would write on it and put a stamp on it, and it goes through the mail.
Well, I don't think we have time to talk about all of your wonderful paintings, but the good news is for you viewers is that you don't have to just watch this show. If this has piqued your interest and your curiosity, you can come on down to the Rye Art Center right here in Rye. And Regina, your exhibit is going on until when?
February 22nd.
Okay, so you still have a few more weeks, and certainly, Regina, you have a website as well. If you missed the exhibit, what is your website?
ReginaLacchini.com.
I imagine that you're a working artist and that some of these pieces may be for sale.
Yes, they are.
Okay, well, speak to the artist about that. Thank you to your daughter for being your manager, and to your husband who's been off screen providing support throughout this taping.
Thank you for having me.
Very lovely to meet you.
Thank
you so
you.
much for appearing. And who knew in Rye that sometimes your next door neighbor, the person who you sit next to at Little League games, turns out to be such a fascinating, interesting person. And I'm glad that,
Thank you for the compliment.
Regina, you invited me to come. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll see you next time. For now, this is Joe Sachs signing off for Eye on Rye.